Hello again, Aries. It's June 2023. Last month, I was talking about karma. And I want to continue the thread of that discussion because this month, Mars, your ruling planet's transiting through your fifth house. And I continue this discussion because that fifth house has to do with your past karma. And the fact that it is generating so much energy there in the sign of Leo tells us that some elements, at least, of your past, and especially those elements that could get under your skin and annoy you, might be resurfacing for you to somehow deal with that. You have to deal with these issues and make sure that they don't resurface again. Otherwise, they sort of sit in the background of your life and influence your relationships in not necessarily a good way. You see, the fifth house, as well as being your past karma, has a lot to do with relationships, amorous relationships, relationships with children. And if you take a look at your horoscope, Mars is in the fifth house while Venus is in the fourth house right now. So there's a connection there. Venus is going to catch up to Mars. And so a lot of this past karma has to do with relationships, marriage. If you're married, there may be aspects of your relationship that haven't been dealt with. So I think very shortly, if that's the case, you're going to have to, take some steps to your significant other, towards your significant other, and make peace, or resolve those things that are just hiding in the shadows and haven't been dealt with properly. So that's the fifth house. The ninth house is the future karma. And what we see there with Jupiter ruling this part of your horoscope, it's transiting now into the second house of your horoscope. So this is a good omen for good karma in the future because Jupiter is the expansive planet and it's located in the finance sector with the karmic node. And they are in the exact degree right now. Now, what that means, Aries, is that when Jupiter and the node connect, there's something rather sudden, abrupt, progressive. In other words, you may choose to do things in a very, very different way here and not follow the traditional or conservative ways of earning money, dealing with your partnerships. So we see this strong connection. And of course, I raise this issue of your past and future karma because right now these two planets, Mars and Jupiter, have been in a square or a right angle. So what that tells us is that the financial component of your karma, your future karma, may be hindered or challenged by these relationships we alluded to earlier, which is your past karma. For example, some time ago you may have entered into a business transaction that went bad. Now you've got financial issues. You're the one paying the bulk of the bills. You may have had, a relationship breakup. There may be asset issues or financial settlement issues if that's the scenario. I'm just giving you examples where we tie in the relationship component with the financial aspect and what's coming in future. Now that's also an important message in terms of dealing with new business partnerships, new relationships. And we see the full moon is coming and it's going to be there in your ninth house, the future karma sector, telling us that probably around the 5th to the 7th of June, there's a trigger around that time, which may well bring all of these factors into a very clear focus. So be prepared for that. Now, there are ways of dealing with all this karma. Of course, we never want to deal with the good karma. We want to enjoy the good karma, but we definitely want to get rid of the bad karma. So if that's something you're interested in, we can talk about that. Drop me a note and I'll get back to you and give you some ideas of how we can tackle that. We've got more for you there at astrology.com.au. Please subscribe. We need your subscriptions to keep our channel healthy and vital and on the move. And of course, I'll be back next month with more on your karmic connection. Take care. Bye-bye now.